What's up folks, Justin Phillip here. Today, BlackMagic Design dropped the newest updates for the operating software for the Pocket Cinema cameras. Lots of cool updates for the Pocket 4K in particular. We're gonna be looking at those today. One of those, as you'll notice, I have the SLR Magic Anamorphic adapter here on the front of the SLR Magic HyperPrime. These are both courtesy of our friend Chris Ratchford. So these will be able to see how it works with all of the cool new anamorphic D-squeeze options that are available with the new software for the Pocket 4K, along with a couple other cool things. So let's get into it. The first one is the Horizon Leveler tool. It's right in here. You tap this, go to here where your grids are. You know, you can turn on your thirds, your horizon. There's the horizon. You'll notice it's this cross, and how it works is this little thing. As you watch the cross there, you can see it's moving up and down, and it basically shows you a second cross and how you're off. So pretty interesting. Like there you can see, I mean, obviously I'm really moving the camera around, but it is slight, but you know, it's always nice to have that little added tool. So let me see if I can get it back now. So I actually like this over, like, say the one on the GH5, which is like a long yellow line. I like this because it takes up less real estate on my screen. I don't know how often I would actually use that, but it's cool to have that option. Let's go in here and look at the different resolutions now that you can get in BlackMagic 4K. And here you'll see, so these are new. This 2.4:1, that is new. A little less resolution, not quite 2160. And then these are new as well, 2.6K at 16:9. And here's the anamorphic, the 2.8K anamorphic. Now these are only available in BlackMagic RAW. If you go to ProRes, you don't, you know, these are grayed out still. So you can only do Ultra HD, HD, or the 4K DCI in ProRes. But if you're shooting in BlackMagic RAW, you have access to all of these other ones here. So that's pretty awesome. Right here, anamorphic D-squeeze. Here's your 1.33 times anamorphic D-squeeze. And then there you'll see that it's, obviously I do not have an anamorphic lens on there right now, but let me throw on the, I do have SLR Magic from Chris Ratchford. He sent me a couple HyperPrimes with the anamorphic from BlackMagic, or from SLR Magic. So I'm gonna grab that and we'll throw that on there. Okay, so now I've actually put on the SLR Magic anamorphic, and yeah, you can see that I'm able to focus it. Now, because I have the anamorphic lens on there, if I turn off the D-squeezer, now it looks like that. But then when we turn it back on, now it's de-squeezed. And then we can go in here, and something else that's cool is you can add, so right now I have it on 235. Now you can tap this and you can literally just type in whatever frame guide you want, which is pretty cool. For me, I'm not that savvy in it, so I would probably just go with one of the presets here. You'll see they've added this 4:5 for the Instagram videos, so that's kind of interesting. And yeah, I have the frame guides on. I just use them. So there's for like an Instagram option, the 2.4:1, 239, 235. So they have added a couple in here, I think. Whoops. I think the 2:1 is new as well. This option of being able to type it in is definitely new. And here you'll see the different, the 14:9, I think that's new. Definitely these 1:1 and 4:5, those are new. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And so I'm gonna turn those off for a minute. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna turn off the D-squeeze, and then we're back to the weird elongated image because of the SLR Magic anamorphic. Maybe I'll turn that back on. Yeah, so for me, that looks like the coolest features. So here's the thing, you can't use anamorphic D-squeeze, apparently, if you're in this 4K 2.41, whatever it is. But if I go back to normal 4K, now my D-squeeze is on. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's definitely gonna work with 2.8 anamorphic. Here's the thing, so that's 2 times anamorphic. So this is an option if you have 2 times anamorphic lenses. Now it's not gonna work with this one because this SLR Magic is only the 1.33. So for 2 times anamorphic, you would have to shoot in 2.8K. But for normal, kind of non-traditional anamorphic, the kind of not as nice stretched, the 1.33, which is more generic anamorphic, you can shoot in normal 4K DCI. See that? So that's cool. So if you have true anamorphic lenses, you can only do up to 2.8K. Let's see what the 2.6K does. Now, you can de-squeeze with 2.6K. As you'll see there, I can get a 1.33 anamorphic. This 16:9, this is for the 16 millimeter lenses, like what we used to use on the original BlackMagic Pocket, I believe. So yeah, lots of interesting flavors there for the anamorphic lenses. So that's pretty cool. Another cool thing is they have this, now you can double tap and look, you can go up to 8 times. You'll see here in this little square, it says 8, and you can just pull out and pull back in. So that's pretty good too. It's gonna be a little soft because I have that anamorphic adapter on there. Yeah, so that's pretty rad. I like that, I like that. Let's go back to 4K DCI. So now they have these, you can just tap these quickly, these presets. And then there's also one, I guess, for the shutter. So there you can just tap quickly. So that's cool. You used to have to like drag these things and now they just have quick taps. You can tap. So that's kind of nice, I guess, if you're in a hurry. Yeah, so that thing about adding the LUT in the file, that is new. Right there, apply LUT in file. So you can tap that and that'll put it into the metadata. Other than that, those are the main things that I wanted to look at. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet.